If the blue portal itself starts to pass through the bottom of the orange portal, and we'll try to keep it clear where the front and back and top and bottom of the portals are so you can tell how they're oriented, if the top of the blue portal enters the bottom of the orange portal, it will emerge out of the bottom of the blue portal with the same relative orientation. Which looks weird, but it's what logically should happen. If we just keep pushing the blue portal in, the portal will crash into itself and we won't be able to keep going. And it's the same if we flip it and put the bottom of the blue portal in near the top of the orange. But if we put the top end of the blue portal into the top of the orange portal, it comes out of itself closer to the top, until the part coming out of itself goes back into the orange portal again and comes out of the blue portal farther down. It's the portal coming out of itself, coming out of itself. It's all a bit confusing to keep track of, but it's maybe slightly easier if we add numbers along the blue portal so you can keep track of which part of it is where. Because you should be able to keep track of the entire blue portal. There's no inside of a portal, since anything that passes through one portal is immediately outside the other end. So 100% of the blue portal must remain visible and in existence at all times. That is, we should always be able to account for the full length of the blue portal, no matter how weirdly recursive the situation becomes. And it can be very, very weird. And pretty, but definitely weird. Anyway, to get the blue portal to go all the way through, the very end of the blue portal has to finish coming out of itself as it simultaneously disappears into the orange portal, which seems impossible unless the portal is infinitely thin. Otherwise it's going to get stuck on itself or get squeezed or something. But if we allow ourselves a little flexibility, a 2D portal passing through itself looks like this. Or this. Or this. And in 3D, it's similar, but slightly more confusing because of the multiple rotations needed to fit the portal through itself. Here's one way a portal can pass through itself, where I've colored the back side of the portal black, and kept the front side a solid color. And here's the same thing with a grid on the portal so you can keep track and really confirm that it is always 100% outside, even as it's passing through itself. But of course, you probably want to be able to look through the portals as this is all going on, which looks something like this. To be honest, I was kind of surprised that it's as possible as it is to pass a portal through itself. But when we follow things through to their logical conclusions, sometimes the universe, even a made-up one, can surprise us.